going to keep this video as the rhythm, how I put the rhythms down on the Changeling Doors video. It's all on there. I think it sounds fine, you know. I mean, if you think that's just drums and bass, there's the claps. I only put them in that section just to give us a guide to when the vocals would be coming in, which is after these 4 bars on the tambourine. It's like, I think it's there. I'll have to double check. I've got everything on here anyway. I've got all the backing tracks still on there. That will tell us. Yeah, that tells us where the vocals are coming in. The way I see it is, I'm not sweating blood the way I used to when I used to record. Even, I've always used my multi-track machines. What I do now is, it's all loose. It's all really just enjoying recording, that's all. Putting a backing track down, doing a bit. That's just where I am in my life. I've written my best stuff. I've recorded me. Like I say, I've sweated blood in the past and I've recorded how I can. And I'm just enjoying the same way as why I do covers now, and I never used to do covers songs in the past. It was always my own music. I'm just enjoying music without the pressure of having to write songs. I've written literally 2,000 songs or something like that. Most of them have been recorded to a good standard. And I had to sweat blood to do that. When I'm recording like this, it's really just it's just for the enjoyment of doing it. The patience, I would never have the patience now to do what I've done in the past, how I would record. It's just not there. The ability to write music and play music is there, still, strong. And I believe I'm a better guitar player than I've ever been at this moment. The songwriting, I find, is always going to be there, but there's not the urge to be writing like I used to write. Doing this is just a bit of fun, enjoyment, and it's got to be to a standard, obviously, and that's how it is. See, with the drums that I've got here, I mean, this literally, the whole song just sounds like the song, and it's just just a drum track and a bass. I mean, that's the Changeling. No keyboard on it, but it's the song. It's that riff and the drum beat. If I started adding, the temptation is obviously you want to start adding stuff on, but you're going to lose the space between the instruments. When that is the song, you could just put a vocal to that and some tiny little touches on a keyboard or something, and you've got the song. That's where I'm at the moment. I like to try and keep it as simple as I can, really. Because I know the rabbit holes and how you get bogged down in stuff, and like I say, I haven't got the patience for that now. If I can get a good, decent recording down, the simpler the better. And I do enjoy doing these backing tracks, and this won't be a backing track. This is just really just recording other people's stuff, just for fun, really. And that's all I can say to that, really. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Let me know what you're thinking, what videos that you'd like to see. I know there's people watching who are far more advanced, and there's people watching who are not that far advanced. Doesn't matter. my videos are really just, I suppose it's just somebody who is just recording on just what equipment's available. You people have probably realised that I could, there's more production wise. I could do more production wise than there's actually been shown. But like I say, I'm at that point in my life where I'm quite happy with just doing it the way I'm doing it at the moment. I really couldn't go back to any big setup anyway in the future. I'm just enjoying what I'm doing here. I think this old equipment, there's so much leg room in all this old equipment, you know. I think you've always got to keep telling yourself that really, what did they use back in the day? What equipment were they using back in the day? And this is all your old stuff. We call old stuff your digital recorders and stuff. Is so far advanced of what all our heroes were using. So we've got no excuses really. You know. You in the recording department, does it have to be ridiculously powerful, ridiculously this, that, and everything else? No, it doesn't. Even in heavy metal went into a direction, production, and it started really in the 80s. And heavy metal came from heavy rock, and heavy rock was always, if you listen to this early Sabbath stuff, early any of that sort of stuff, especially Sabbath, it's an indie band, it's an indie recording. But then through the 80s, it had to be a really great production. You got your Def Leppards and all that, and that continued in metal for many years to the point where people who were recording music in home recording studios felt that they had to get to a really high standard of recording. Which is fair enough. But I think for me, I've always been more the indie rock vibe anyway, and that punk, sort of thing has always been there with me and probably people of my generation. Whereas it's all about the song really, and the feel and the vibe, not so much the production, which is fortunate when you're recording on older equipment. But like I said, I mean, if you put any of this old equipment, any of these old multi-tracks in the hands of great producers and that back in the 70s and 60s, they wouldn't believe what they would have. You've got this big old Roland here. It's got so much in it. I've only ever touched the surface of the Roland in my Roland VS series. There's probably about 60% of it I only ever use. I don't need to, I've never been, I've always been that sort of thing of just get it down, Just get the thing down. Never done too much editing. Gotta keep it. Even if you're working on your own, you've got to keep that thing of what would the drummer be doing? What would when bands would go in a recording studio, they might have been out the night before, probably have been. So that who can handle drink more than the rest? Where the drummer's gonna be alright, but maybe the bass player that day is a little bit sloppy because he couldn't handle the beer as good as everybody else. And all these different variations create characters. They're the realness. So if everything's super tight in a track, different instruments, you're losing the realness. You have to put yourself in almost in a character of the individual musician. Even in the way you play on a finger drums, is the drummer, is he, what sort of drummer is he? You know, is he a bit funky? Is he a bit heavy? And all that comes across. It's just creating art that's as close as you can to the real thing, which you can never beat. You can never beat the real thing. But we all fell into this home recording thing as songwriters, guitarists, songwriters, and we fell into this, and for whatever reason, we made do with it. We made the best out of it. You kind of get better than a real band, obviously. Like I say, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.
I live uptown, I live downtown.